What? Wait, what happened to me there? Okay, wait. There I am. Sorry, I spazzed there for a moment. um, Greetings from the library cave. I am Aspen Dracaena. Let's try again. Let's try again. Greetings from the library cave. I am Aspen Dracaena. I can say my own name, thank you. Streaming from the library cave. Bookwyrm, Ice Dragon VTuber, yeah, things. As I mentioned in in chat, it's been a long work day. I had to get up early because my co-worker at the Dragon Doctor's office needed to be somewhere today. And so I had to go into work 2 hours earlier and stay the whole day. And so yeah, when I get tired, sometimes it's hard for me to speak. I did have speech therapy for a time when I was younger. So, oh hey Ocha! Hi, thank you for the raid. Hi. And oh my gosh.
Just raided with 4 views.
Okay. Hey Wit, hey Ocha. Did she? Okay. You're officially diabetic. That's not fun news to hear. I'm so sorry to hear that. I know that it's a tough road. Having seen Human Mother go through, diagnosis and trying to find the right medications and everything that work for her, it's a tricky road. I hope that things will go well for you. I hope you have a good medical team that will really support you and help make sure that you're on the right path, because I know it can be really tricky. Definitely you have support here, because I've seen Human Mother go through it, and there are a lot of things you can do to really make sure you're maintaining your health. There are some things where there are some easy pits to fall down with a diabetes diagnosis. So make sure you're gonna do, look out, make sure you're looking out for yourself. Be a good advocate for yourself at the doctor's office. Some doctors will tell you to do some weird things, and yeah. I'm going to start by telling you this story. So I went with Human Mother to see if she wanted to see this new doctor who's supposedly really good. We went in, and he recommended she go on a diet of 700 calories a day. That was kind of ridiculous. When you're diabetic, you need to make sure you're maintaining your blood sugar, because if it goes up too high, that's bad, but you could also go hypoglycemic, and that's very dangerous. The fact that the doctor recommended she go to 700 calories a day was actually really disturbing. There are other things he said that I was really bothered by, and Human Mother ended up not going back to him. He had a really, really bad bedside manner. He was very inappropriate with some of the questions that he asked. And, I get being a doctor is hard, and some doctors are better at some things than others. So absolutely make sure, you want to be comfortable with your healthcare team. I would make sure that you are seeing a doctor. Yeah. So, Digi, if you're no insulin and just pills, you're probably pretty sure that's probably type 2 diabetes. I hope you're able to stay just on the pills, because if it gets bad enough, they could put you on the insulin. But if you're doing your best to take care of yourself, making sure you're eating a diet that's high in protein and like good carbs, not like the simple carbs like sugars and lots of starchy foods, but more like vegetables and fruits. Even though you want to be careful with some of the fruits, because some fruits are very high glycemic. Just make sure you're monitoring your food pretty carefully. You do, your reasonable best according to whatever your doctors recommend. I think you'll be fine. I think it's hard to get a diagnosis like that, but at the same time, you're going to get through this and you're going to find what works for you, and I think you'll be great. I think you'll do great. Fortunately at this point there's so much research out there about diabetes that there's a lot of support. Lots of hospitals might have like diabetes educators, and they might have like recommendations on the types of foods you can eat. Yeah. Make sure, and one thing I'll say too, make sure when you hit the gym, again, keep an eye on your blood sugar. You don't want it to dip too low. Blood sugar usually, I think the recommendation is your blood sugar should be 80 to 120. Somewhere in that area. That's the healthy area. Make sure you get tested to make sure your A1Cs are in a good range. And yeah. There are some great phone apps to help you track your foods to make sure you get enough protein and fiber, as Ocha said. If you get one of those, if they put you on one of those Dexcoms, those are great because it will notify you immediately because it's plugged into your, essentially it's the diabetes meter reader that's plugged into your shoulder, and it'll tell you right away if your blood sugar is going too high or too low. Those are pretty cool, actually. I think that is a very revolutionary piece of medical equipment because it's so much easier to deal with that. Oh, good. You got the Dexcom. Excellent. You can set up an app. I don't know if you how much they've told you about it, but they'll give you like the little monitor thing, the little handheld monitor that's like, the size of a flip phone. But you can also put an app on your phone for your Dexcom as well. So you can just like carry around your phone instead. And I believe you can log your medications when you use it as well, I think, on the app. I believe that's what Human Mother does. But yeah, just take really good care of yourself. We're all here to support you for sure. Yeah, and if I can think of anything that I know that helps my mom, I'm happy to share that because it's I think any healthcare issue, it's a journey, like right. So like I know for me, like I have my thing with my cortisol being too low, and my pituitary gland going into hyperactivity to try to compensate, leaving me producing too much estrogen, which makes me kind of tired sometimes, and it's not fun. So, having a chronic health issue can be really frustrating, but it's also manageable. So, Digi, you have a family history too. Totally get it. And that is actually Human Mother on my phone. I'm sure. I will be right back. Just a sec. That was just Human Mother. But yeah, family history. Yeah, there's a few people in the human dragon family who have diabetes too. So I try to be really careful about how I eat, but I have a horrible sweet tooth, and I work really hard on trying to not eat so much sugar. And I try to exercise regularly. I usually, at least walk, do some cardio on a maybe 5 days a week. I try to at least either go for a walk or use my under desk elliptical. And for me, yeah, I have a horrible sweet tooth, preaching to the choir. Yeah, yeah. For me, they say that if you exercise longer than 30 minutes, your cortisol will go up, and that's not a good thing, but in my case, it is a good thing. So I usually have to kind of exercise for longer than 30 minutes, and that actually helps regulate my hormones a little bit more. But yeah, hormones are tricky. I mean, diabetes, same thing. It's a hormone issue. Insulin is a hormone, and it's related to how your liver processes sugar. So, yeah. Luckily, there's so much that's known about diabetes that there's a lot of resources available. And, I think it's, in some ways, it's a lot easier knowing that there's a lot of resources out there, because it does make it more manageable. So just do your best, take good care of yourself. And I know it's not easy to get a diagnosis like that, but it's a very manageable diagnosis. Oh, speaking of hormones, just reminded me it's my tea shot today. Yay! Anyway, yeah. I tend to get, so with my cortisol issue, if I'm overstressed, I get fatigued really easily, and it's not fun. It's really not fun, and sometimes it causes me to develop pain a lot, and the amount of hormones that I produce sometimes can become toxic, so that's not fun. So I just try to regulate things really well. I try to regulate my stress. Of course, the funny thing is, when I try to do things to regulate my stress, it makes other people look at me and think, oh, she is so relaxed. And, oh my gosh, Human Mother's calling again. Hang on just a sec. Human Mother butt dialed me. But yeah, anyway, so one of the things I try to do is regulate my stress. Something we all should be working on. I try to step back and not get too involved with drama. I try to make sure I surround myself with people who are, not drama mongers. Unfortunately, sometimes the drama finds me. Sometimes people see that I come across as very calm and put together, and they think I can handle anything. And the reality is, the reason why I am calm and the reason why I am responsible is because I'm trying to make sure I'm taking care of myself. So it's kind of ironic that some of the things I do to help my health, people misinterpret and think that means that they can expect more of me than I'm actually able to give. So, make sure, and I will tell this to everybody and anybody, because I've worked in various areas in and around healthcare. I cannot read that. Oh, Panda, you made it. He made it. Hi. Stress is the ultimate killer. I am going to say that. Stress is the ultimate killer. When you monitor your stress, when you take care of your stress, you're always going to do better. Because stress in itself is going to mess with your heart. It's going to mess with your nervous system. It's going to mess with your mood. No matter what health issues are out there, your level of stress is going to impact it. So no matter what, whatever's going on in your life, take it easy on yourself. You don't have to be perfect. Don't even think of trying to be perfect. Just do your best to be yourself, and do your best to not compare yourself with other people, but just focus on what you can do yourself. That always makes it a lot easier to manage not just your mental health, but your physical health. So, yeah, I'm sorry. We kind of, I kind of went on a bit of I wouldn't say a rant, but a soapbox maybe, because this is something that, a topic I care a lot about, just in general health, because I've had a lot of people in my family, in the human dragon family, who've had a lot of different health problems, and I've seen a lot of people struggle with a lot of health problems, and a lot of times, I just feel like the more kind we are to ourselves and the kinder we are to each other, the easier it is to get through stuff. Yeah. Yes, Panda. I always it's like you told me when we got together, I don't need you to be perfect. I need you to be perfectly you. Yeah. Oh, and don't worry. This is a good tangent because I like talking about this stuff. And, I've always been kind of hopeful that at some point I can talk a little bit about, some health issues. I don't know how much I've mentioned this before, but, so I'll tell you this. So I have my degree in clinical psychology. I did counseling with survivors of trauma and abuse mostly children and teenagers, but some adults as well. I taught sex ed when I was in college, and it was more health-focused sex ed, not abstinence-based. But I also did, it was also, it wasn't just sex ed, it was also teaching about drug abuse and things like mental health and how to go to a doctor, stuff like that, for young people with their first time going to a gynecologist or something. I've worked the front desk at a acupuncturist's office. I've also worked the front desk and did some medical assisting at a chiropractor's office. So I've very much been in and around healthcare for probably, for a very long time. And, I always see a lot of people coming into the doctor's office, and they'll say things like, they'll I'll get them set up in a room, and they'll say, I know, I'm sorry, I had 3 kids, my body's a little bit of a mess. And I'm like, you had 3 kids. That's amazing, first of all. And second of all, your body is nowhere near the mess that you think it is. Most of the nonsense we get told on TV about what is healthy and, what is beautiful is not actually based on what, in fact, is healthy. Commercials are there to just tell us that there's something wrong with us, so that will buy their products. I mean, that's pretty much it. They want to tell us that, your skin, your skin could be really, really soft if you just use this product, and then it will be perfect. But the reality is, most of the time, how soft your skin is genetics. A product can help your skin somewhat, but, a lot of it's just genetics. And you can't really change that. Okay, Ocha just said, I've had that as a licensed cosmetologist too. So many people apologizing for their hair or the condition of their feet, etc. But most of the time it's not a problem at all. Yeah. I often have to do ultrasound therapy on people. So, and I'll explain this. Let me switch to just chatting because I just feel like talking right now. Okay. Might as well have a pretty background, right? So, a lot of time what I do when I do assisting at the doctor's office is I do ultrasound therapy, or I do electrostim therapies. So, and then I'll, usually set people up with hot packs and stuff. So ultrasound therapy, unlike using ultrasound to look inside a woman's uterus to see if, or let's be a little more gender non-specific here, to look inside someone's uterus and see if they have, what the baby is doing, how it's going, or to look inside of a part of the body to see if there is to scan to see if there's something going on in a certain part of the body. You can also use ultrasound therapy not hooked up to a device to monitor, to reduce inflammation and to help break up scar tissue. So where I work, we do a lot of ultrasound therapy on people when they have swelling from an injury of some sort. So usually it's about 5 to 10 minutes of just me rubbing ultrasound lotion and an ultrasound wand over different parts of people's bodies. Usually I think the most frequent body parts I have to do that on are people's lower back, going into their glutes and into their hips. So a lot of people come to us with pains in the butt, essentially. Literal pains in the butt. And so, people don't see their butts every day. We usually don't see our own butts unless we're, contortionists, or we actively make a point to position ourselves so we can see our own butts, right? A lot of people will be like, oh, my skin, it's so old, I'm all wrinkly, I apologize. Yeah, I know my skin's kind of not great. And I'll be looking at them, I'm like, your skin in that area doesn't get a lot of sun exposure. It's like a baby's skin. So a lot of times people will say things about their own skin that they don't even know. They have beautiful skin. They just don't realize it because they don't see it and they don't have people reminding them what's beautiful about them. Or, they may have gained some weight because they're getting older. Maybe their injury makes it hard for them to exercise, But a lot of times these people, their bodies are still beautiful. Their bodies really are still beautiful. There's nothing wrong with having a body that's not supermodel thin, or, not having the body of a bodybuilder. You don't need to be like that. And sometimes your body isn't meant to be like that. Not everybody is meant to be super slender. And if you're not super slender, that's okay. Or, a lot of times those bodybuilders, they do a lot of weird stuff to make themselves have muscles that big. One thing I can tell you, a movie trick. So, a lot of times when actors, male actors especially, who are really built and they're playing really strong characters and they have a scene where they're supposed to be shirtless, they will starve themselves of water for 3 days. So that on the day that their scene is being shot, their abs look more defined. But here's the thing. The human body is not meant to be starved of water for 3 days. It can make you very sick. It can cause kidney problems. It can cause liver problems. It's very, very dangerous. So, when we watch TV shows or movies and there's a guy who's super muscular and his abs are popping and he looks huge and built, a lot of times the reason they look that way is because they're doing something unhealthy just to get the shot that's needed for the movie. So, please do not judge yourself for not looking perfect. And I know we live in a time where we talk about body positivity a lot. And I know that, in some ways there's a lot of lip service being done about that. But, from my experience, when I look at my body with love and I treat myself with love, I'm more likely to take care of myself than I am if I look at my body and I critique myself and I look at something and say, okay, I don't like that part here, I don't like that part there. When you feel good about yourself, when you allow yourself to feel good about yourself, that's far better motivation than anything else to take care of yourself, because you feel like you can do it. 3 days. And treating yourself with love isn't always dieting. Sometimes it's as simple as a good skincare routine. Right. And, part of that too is you should be doing things because you like doing them. I happen to be someone who, like, right now, I don't have the money for a personal trainer and a gym membership, but I will tell you this. I actually really love working out. And I did have, like, a trial at a gym once near where I used to live back on the old West Coast. I worked with a personal trainer, and he told me that he was really impressed with me because I worked harder than all of the other women that he's ever worked with, and at least half of the men he's worked with. And part of that is just like, I like feeling good in my body. I like feeling like I can do things with my body, and like I like feeling strong. Hey, Bach Addict, how you doing? I'm doing motivational speaking here. But to me, it's like knowing that I can move around in different ways and do things with my own body that make me feel strong and healthy. Like, to me, that's motivating. That's more motivating to me than just looking good. I want to feel good. I want to feel like I can do things. And I want to know that I can do things. And that's what motivates me. So when it comes to any health issue, when it comes to taking care of yourself, think about what motivates you, not the things that you have to change because there's something wrong with you and you have to do this icky thing, or you can't eat this or you can't eat that, or try to focus on what you can do. Try to focus on, maybe this is an opportunity where I can learn to cook some things that are really good that I never had an opportunity to try before. And maybe I can just get really, really good at this one thing and that I've always really kind of wanted to do, Now, I'll admit, I can cook. I can cook a meal. I don't particularly like cooking, but I can cook well. I'm more of a baker. But, I know for me, again, I have a sweet tooth. So I try not to bake too often, or if I bake anything, I'm going to make sure I can share it with people. So, I try not to, bake cookies as often as I might want to, just because I want to make sure I'm not keeping a bunch of sweets in the house. But it's okay to have a cookie once in a while, I think that's kind of the thing. Don't restrict yourself so much that you can't enjoy things. Like Panda said, good skincare routine. Sometimes it just feels good to pamper yourself. Getting a nice skincare regimen, and you don't have to do something overly complicated. I'm sure Ocha can talk about this too, because Ocha has mentioned in chat, he's a licensed cosmetologist, Sometimes it just feels good to take care of your skin. Or, sometimes it feels good to go to a salon and get your hair done. I haven't done that in a while, actually. I am overdue a haircut. I'm very overdue a haircut. So, yeah, my ends, I can tell my ends are getting a little, the color is getting a little light, and it's not because of hair dye, it's because my ends are starting to get a little dry, which happens. That's how I practice self-love. I do my hair, take a long bath, or do my face routine. Yeah. And, oh my gosh, getting enough sleep is huge. I think that is one of the biggest problems in at least the United States. I'm not quite sure about other countries, but people in the United States do not sleep enough. I know that sometimes I don't sleep enough. I do try to get at least 6 hours of sleep. I think that's important. But some people don't even do that. Now, given there are some people out there who just don't need that much sleep, but most people do need at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Some people can need up to 10. So, again, sleep is good. Sleep is very good. Panda just said, I need to make sure I set aside some time every day to do my face routine. The biggest thing for me is sleep, though. Having those late French lessons doesn't help. I know. I sometimes put off my Duolingo, my Duolingo app until the very, very end of the day, and then I kind of rush through it, and I'm like, how am I even learning anything? I'm not really... I'm still doing... I am still doing my Duolingo. I still am practicing my Spanish. It is not incredible, but I'm doing okay. I've had a few days that I skipped, but I'm still doing it. I think it's good to always have something to keep your brain working on things. By the way, I highly, highly recommend, if you want to do something that's good for your brain, learn a music instrument. Learn a musical instrument. Music is so good for your brain. It helps to develop the connective tissue between the two hemispheres of your brain. They've done research that shows that musicians do tend to have stronger connections between both sides of their brain. It's really good for making sure your brain stays strong and functions well. And you're an insomniac, yeah. I have a lot of people in the human dragon family have insomnia. A lot of them do. And it's hard if your body just won't fall asleep. There's not a whole lot you can do unless you find methods that work for you. I went through a bout of insomnia after graduating from with my bachelor's degree because I was just so stressed out. I didn't know what to do with myself after that. I knew I wanted to go to grad school and get my counseling degree, but in between the two, I didn't know what to do with myself. So I was very stressed and very scared. So I had stress-induced insomnia. But yeah, there's a lot of reasons people have insomnia, so you just gotta find what works for you, And honestly, I don't think the lives we live in the modern world right now really teach us much about regulating ourselves. Everything's so extreme these days. It's good to take a moment to just, calm down. Sit and enjoy some time with somebody you like, I had a great time with Panda this past weekend because we just hung out, really. Like, one of the things that he and I have talked about is we don't need big fancy dates to enjoy each other's company. Sometimes when you do that, it actually distracts from enjoying each other's company. We just hung out and played games, and we watched movies. We watched Labyrinth, we watched Prince of Egypt, and if anybody else has other movies to recommend, I am keeping a list, just in case Panda hasn't seen... I don't know, Panda, if you're still here, have you seen Napoleon Dynamite? Because if you haven't, I'm going to make you watch that too. But yeah, I am keeping a list, you guys. I am keeping a list to expand Panda's cinematic literacy. Oh, there's another one. Okay, Napoleon Dynamite. It's on the list. It is on the list. Panda has not seen Napoleon Dynamite. I'm going to make him watch it, and then I'm going to make him get himself a Vote for Pedro t-shirt. That is going to be a requirement. Vote for Pedro. All right. I have been talking for too long. I am going to switch to Okami. We'll play for a little bit. I am pretty tired tonight, so I'm probably not going to go past 10 o'clock Eastern time. So let's get things going. Okay. Okami. And let me get my... Oh, wait a moment. I just realized I did not set my sources up. Oh, so tell them what we're doing tomorrow and the thing on Friday. Oh no, it worked! It worked, yay! Okay, tomorrow we're going to be on Panda's channel. We are going to play The Secret of Monkey Island. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's one of my favorite games. If you don't know The Secret of Monkey Island, it is a video game classic. It is a PC classic. You have to at least watch a playthrough of The Secret of Monkey Island. It is the video game equivalent of what Pirates of the Caribbean did for pirates. It is so funny and so charming and so silly. It is one of the best things ever. And then on Friday, Panda is having his birthday stream. He is going to be taking donations for the Trevor Project. So absolutely go and watch Panda on Friday for his birthday stream. Make a donation for the Trevor Project, which is an amazing program. I believe in it so much. It is. I've never heard anything bad about the Trevor Project. It's a wonderful program. All right. The kind of games my folks would have let me play on PC. While everyone else is playing Doom, I'd be playing adventure games in SimCity. Yeah. I did not play Doom, but games like Monkey Island, totally up my alley. Love that kind of thing. All right. So I am going to start playing. Yes. So we defeated Orochi. It helps with crisis situations and homelessness and LGBT plus youth. Trevor Project has a perfect score from Charity Navigator. Yeah, I'm not surprised. They do really, really good work. I respect the hell out of them. Okay, let's see what the menu's gonna tell us. What do I need to do next? No. Celestial Breast. Okay. Logbook. Journal. Festival. They just started the annual Kamiki Festival. Oh yeah, time to party furball. Back to the village. Hurry. That doesn't tell me anything. Bestiary. New. This gigantic wheel is said to display a giant eye in its center. We saw these last time. Legends say that viewing the demon causes one's eyes to boil. No one has been brave enough to view one, but one curious woman waited with her door ajar. See, I have a hard time speaking when I get tired. Until the rumbling sound started, afraid she prayed. The gods answered her plea with a divine wind that put out the fire. People now write Amateratsu's wind on their doors for protection. A woman who made frigid comments was bound to a demon wheel. Now icy, she rolls through the city streets, freezing those with open mouths. Smoke a pipe or use inferno to burn this evil foe. And then we have another one. Serpent banished... Orochi. Serpent banished 100 years ago by Shiranui and Nagi. Each head has an elemental power. Earth, wind, fire, water, thunder, poison, light, and darkness. The bell on its back tolls 108 times. Oh, okay. So, you know, the number 108 is actually really important in Buddhist philosophy. I will look it up sometime and talk with you guys about it. But, so Human Mother is a Buddhist, and the beads that she uses when she does her Buddhist prayers, it has 108 beads. There's a reason for that. I think if you've ever watched the TV show Lost, the number 108 comes up in that show as well, and it's from the from Eastern philosophy. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, the bell on its back tolls 108 times, once for each desire. Oh yes, the 108 desires. Yes, that's why it's 108. The 108 desires. Each desire of its sacrifice. Legend has it that avoiding attack and making it drink 8 purification sake when angered was Nagi's technique. The waterhead is angered by attacking while bathing. Thunder is angered by losing sight of its target. Poison and wind attacks can be countered with wind. This was Nagi's strategy. Okay. All right. That is question marks. Treasure tome. Do I have a new treasure? Kutani pottery. Dish that is elegant in design and features beautiful etchings. Okay. Alright. Okay. We're good. We're caught up, I think. Oh, I think I need to... Last time I played, I needed to go back up to... Let's see. Oh, my phone again. Hang on just a sec. Okay, you guys, I have to be right back real quick. I left the garage door open. I will be right back. Okay. Yeah. I'm definitely tired today. Okay, so last time think we need to go up here. I don't recall if we went up here or not. Let's go this way first. There are some friends. Let's go say hi. Oh wow, okay. Cool. Fireworks. Kabloom! Go for it. Whee! Oh, it's a paw. Nice. They're great fireworks. Really great. Prettier than ever before this year. Okay. Let's go to the little old man here. This is the American middle school student on the last day in me, but I heard celebration in my head while they were dancing. Celebrate good times, come on. Alright, Mr. Orange. Oh, how wonderful, a truly joyous occasion. Susanoo defeated Orochi and saved Kushi. It was as if the legend of old had appeared right before our eyes. I had feared Susanoo would bring dishonor upon his heroic lineage. But when I saw him as he dashed out of his door in his armor to save Kushi, he sure was the spitting image of the great Nagi. How happy I was to see him like that. Of course, I've never glimpsed Nagi in the flesh myself, but... Say, where did that Susanoo get to now? I was about to dance for Konohana instead of presenting the usual offering of 8 purification sake. Anyway, it's all his fault. He squandered all the sacred sake. That's okay. He was just doing his thing. Whee! Okay. Little old lady, Mrs. Orange. I'm so happy my husband's dance went so well again this year. Now the spirit of Konohana, our sacred tree, along with the spirit of Orochi, can rest in peace. Alright, cool. Let's go the other way. Everybody seems really happy, but we're only about a third of the way through this game. If you could believe that. I know, I play games slow. I play games slowly. But that's because I want to try everything. I'm too much of a completionist. But that just means I have more time to spend with you guys. And that's nice. Oh boy. Hey there. Caught the festival scent and thought you'd come play, huh? Well, what do you think? You like my latest works of art? Nothing like seeing them up close. Don't get too close, though. Get ready to be amazed. Here I go. A third. Yeah, we're having a Matsuri to end all Matsuris, and it's only a third in. Yeah. This is not a short game. The brightest constellation in the sky. The fabled duo spectacular. Okay, what's this one gonna be like? Ah, a dog. Oh, there's Isun. Nice. Gaha, there you are. Impressive, eh? Wow. Look, sis. The fireworks are awesome.
Hello there.
Yeah, we're lucky to see a display like this on our travels. Oh, hi Mac, how you doing? It's good to see you here. Man, there's nothing like a good festival. I used to go to festivals all the time back home. Sigh. Oh, I wasn't thinking about my mommy or anything like that. He was thinking about his mommy. Anyway, Ami, you can't keep slacking off like this. Can you even name all the brush techniques? So far, you found 9. Let's see, there's Rejuvenation, Power Slash, and Sunrise. Then there's the 3-part technique of the gods of Flora. You know, Bloom, Water Lily, and Vine, which only count as 1. And finally, there's Cherry Bomb, Water Spout, Crescent, Galestorm, and Inferno. Wonder where the other 4 brush gods are hiding. The remaining 4 brush techniques are the hardest to find. We've searched all over the countryside already. Now that we've taken care of that Orochi and all... Dancer Prancer comment. Maybe it's time we headed out to the capital city. Alright. Ah, that's where the bridge was up. Maybe the bridge will be down now, and we can go through. If there are more people, there could be more gods there. Don't let it bother you, Amy. I haven't seen Susanoo or Kushi around either. It's not too hard to figure it out, though. Yeah. I think we know what's going on. Mac, you missed my, my whole, motivational speaking speech earlier. But you could watch it later if you feel like it. I was just making a point to remind people to take care of their health. And to not be too mean to themselves. We all need to be kinder to ourselves. Alright, let's keep going. I mean, a man and a woman disappeared during a festival? And that's a dead giveaway. They have the hots for each other. I wouldn't go looking for them right now if I were you. Capital City. Oh my gosh, who wouldn't want Tony Bennett singing anything other than, you know, the best songs ever? Yeah, we need Tony Bennett to sing Capital City. Oh, the shark bites with his teeth, dear, and he shows them pearly white. Just a jackknife has Macheath, dear, and he keeps it out of sight. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, Tony Bennett. I am not Tony Bennett, but I know his songs. Yeah, R.I.P. Tony Bennett. He was amazing. Definitely a man among men in the music industry. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, so we need to get to the capital city. We've got a plan now. Anything that we need to do here? Wow, Sakia is even more beautiful than before. Of course she looked really hot in that bikini, too. Eason. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, of course. Alright, let's see. Anybody else to talk with up here? Anything up here? Nope. Can't go through there? Okay. Say no more, say no more. I just want to check something real quick. Just because I can check. I do want to check that walkthrough guide just to see if there's anything else that I can do. Okami guide. Alright, so we were at the festival. So it's 4.21. We got a Rochi. Alright, we just... Okay, walking around, talking to people. Oh, I can get praise from Camille. Oh, wait. There we go. Great Mother Okami Amaterasu, I am filled with unbridled joy at your safe return. It would appear the final chapter of Orochi has been written. The entire village is in your debt. Please accept their thanks. That said, what a splendid evening. Even I'm feeling a bit intoxicated by the festival spirit. Okay. And through Cave of Nagi. Oh, I need to go into the Cave of Nagi. They want, okay. Ad break. Also known as water break for me. So, let's see. Anything around here right now? Anything? Just gonna wander a little bit. I don't think there's anything to do over here right now. But I thought I'd try, just in case. We can just get some yen. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Oh, wait. Let's see. How do I get up there? How do we get up there? I think that was a... Wait, hang on. Hang on. I'm pretty sure there was a way to get up there. There we go. Boop. 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 It was floating in the air. Okay. Let's see. I don't remember. Was this the Cave of Nagi up here? There's a constellation. I remember that. Okay. Alright, I think ad break is up. So yeah, I'm just collecting yen. Yoings and away! Boink! Boink! Bonk! Biddly bonk! You know, it's interesting thinking about streaming and what that can do to a person. I think, you know, when you have an audience, it can be very gratifying. But at the same time, it's a lot of pressure. And if you don't have very good self-esteem, or at least decent enough self-esteem that you aren't going to be too hard on yourself, you can get really tired. This can really wear you down. Like, sometimes, like, I think it'd be nice if more people were watching my streams, but at the same time, it's nice to take it slow and start out slow. I have never been somebody who feels the need to be popular. I just feel the need to be myself and find people who also like being themselves, and hopefully I mesh well with them, you know? I think that's such a big deal to, you know, when you find people who you just mesh with. Oh wait, I think this is the cave of Nagi. Right. Not sure how many One Piece watchers here, but I got a joke. Whenever somebody bonked their head, it goes open drill, dragon nail, to open Dopin, Oriel, Ragon Dale. That was inspired by Robin Hood Daffy. Alright. Oh, look at the lovey loves. Oh, look at them. They're looking at each other. They're all shy and cute. Aww. Oh, it's you again. I see you sniffed me out once again, you little mutt. Well, I suppose, I should thank you. I may be the greatest swordsman ever and a descendant of Nagi, but this great deed would not have been possible without a follower. When did he become his follower? I commend your valor. Let us become brothers in arms. Brothers? In arms? They're all shy and cute. Shy and cute nothing. I slay a god for somebody. I'm getting the fantasy room in a Super 8. Maybe they need a love hotel. The, like, penthouse suite in a love hotel. Brothers? In arms? Don't be bashful. Let us pray before Nagi's statue. We're now inseparable brothers in arms. What an auspicious day, right, brother? Susanoo and his trusty dog brother. Ah ha 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 ha. Hey, Pops, this here's a wolf, not a dog. And this one has a name, too. It's Amaterasu. Oh, you take good care of my brother, little bug. My good mutt here may have a pretty strange face, but still, you mustn't forget you are dealing with a highly revered deity. Ah ha 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 ha. What did he just say? Okay, let's talk to Girly Pop. Oh, it's you, Snowy. And Eason, too. How brave you both were. Everyone here in the village is so grateful to you. We really can't thank you enough for bringing us peace at last. No way, Digi. Alright, Digi just said, I'm not kidding, our local Super 8 decided, before I even moved here, had to live in it while the house got ready, to have fantasy rooms for some odd reason. This included everything from the typical knight and his queen in the castle to, I kid you not, a room centered around hot rodding. That makes me think of the episode of The Simpsons where, I remember the one where Homer made the clown bed for Bart, and it traumatized him. But didn't Bart also at one point have like a car bed? Or maybe I'm just imagining that because car beds used to be really popular for kids for a while. Alright. We really can't thank you enough for bringing us peace at last. Oh, come on, sweetie. Everyone plays their part in dangerous times like these. There's no need for us to go around thanking each other. Very well, Eason. Thank you. Now tell me, Snowy, Are you really just an ordinary wolf? The broken mill suddenly fixed, spring water flying into the barrel. So many strange things have been happening since you came along. A hot rod tub. And you certainly know how to put up a good fight, too. Fight? What fight? Oh, you must mean the brawl with Orochi. Maybe you're a kind of god, here to keep the peace for us all. I think Kushi knows something. But I know you wouldn't want people to make a fuss. So I've been careful not to tell anyone too much about you. You can relax here in our village whenever you want, Snowy. Oh, they still have stuff to say. Oh, have you seen enough of the festival already? Mumble, mumble. Mumble, mumble. Oh! Oh, no, she's just saying the same thing. Okay. Boy, Amy, you just don't get it, do you? I think they want to be alone, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. No, I want to talk to them some more. I want to prevent them from having fun together. No need to worry, I'm protecting the peace here in Kamiki Village. Behold, Tohenboku, I now rechristen it to Suzuno Blossom. With this spirit blade, I shall rend evil wherever it may be. Bet you wish you had one of these instead of that divine instrument. So you were able to see Ami's true form from the beginning? Okay. You again. Bah, can't you do anything without me? Cough. Listen up, you two. I'm in the middle of something important with Kushi. You get my drift? Now scram. Fine. Mistreat your buddy. You guys are doing nothing. You're just standing there. You need my help. You know, maybe I should give them a little bit of health education. Maybe I should give them a little bit of health education. All right. Let's go. It's time to go to the city checkpoint. At least I'm pretty sure that's the point we're at. Zoom, 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 zoom. You know, they're not going to get very far if they don't know how to communicate with each other. Just saying. No, you need to invent Berry White. It naturally happens with Berry White. Good point. Should I? River of the Heavens. Oh, yeah, that's... Okay. Oh, yeah. Alright. Let's get moving. Kaboing. Come on, let's go. There we go. We're getting out of here. We're going places. We're doing things. Without Suzuno. Well, you know what? Suzuno's distracted. Now he's out of the way. This is a good thing. Zoom, 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 zoom. Let's get it on. I've been really trying, baby. Okay. Let us go. Okay, now I'm trying to remember how to get to the city center. So, he's distracted over and over and over and over. Yep. Over and over and over. Okay, I can leave the village now. City checkpoint. City checkpoint! City checkpoint. Yep, I've done everything I can. Pretty much. Well, that wraps up this year's Kamiki Festival. Sure hope they can have fun like this again next year. Well, Furball, I think it's about time we headed to the capital. We gotta find those other 4 brush gods. 4 more. 4 more. Alright. Oh. Amaterasu, you have only just performed your duties, yet you plan to leave? My heart aches at the thought of our separation. Sakia, you didn't have to come all this way just to say goodbye. Boy, you're pretty uptight for a tree spirit. But at the instant of Orochi's passing, I quite clearly saw a swirling black mist. In the confusion, I distinctly sense an evil other than Orochi. I'm not sure what it could be. Is there something else at work? Shinshu has been restored. Of that there is no doubt. But nature's tormented cries ring out in other parts of Nippon. Especially chilling are those emanating from the capital, and the Ryoshima coast beyond the bridge in Taka Pass. Well, we were planning on visiting that place anyway. The black essence, born of Orochi's husk, it was moving toward the capital as well. I cannot say for sure exactly what that means. What I do know is that whatever has plunged this world into chaos has not yet finished toying with us. This ordeal is far from over. Is that it? No sage advice for us heroes? My apologies, little one. The challenges you face on your journey will be many. But I know that, though you will grow wary, you will prevail. The road you travel will be fraught with peril. But I pray that the fresh scent of the flora will protect you. Amaterasu, Isun, I wish you a safe and fruitful journey. She's gone. A safe and fruitful journey? After what she said? Give me a break. But I always knew getting all the brush techniques wouldn't be easy. 4 more. This is the game that never ends. It goes on and on, my friend. On to the capital. First stop, the city checkpoint at Taka Pass. Okay, so that is where we need to go. We have to over the river, through the woods, grandmother's house we go. Alright. I think it's this way. Yep. Meh. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Let's keep going. I know I can use the mermaid coin, but I kind of just want to wander a little bit. Because I can't quite remember Taka Pass exactly, so... Oh, yes. Over here, I need to do... Okay. Zoop. Leapfrog, leapfrog. Whee. Boing. Yeah, something I tell people a lot too, when it comes to health stuff, it's better to find things out early than to wait until things go wrong. Like, sometimes we have patients who come in and they've been in pain for like weeks. And then it's only after a few weeks that they actually decide to come in. And, oops. And do something about it. And at that point, they're in so much pain. And they're like feeling so unwell that it takes a lot longer to help them because they were too uncomfortable or awkward or nervous about coming in and getting help. You know, there's no shame in asking for help when you need it. You know? Ooh, okay. There we go. Then wait until that thing goes wrong. Everywhere I poke myself, it hurts. I think every bone is broken. It's your finger. Alright, I'm gonna leave that bear alone. Not sure what he's up to. But I need to get to Taka Pass. Ooh, should I get my fortune told again? Let's get our fortune told again. I think that might be fun. Whee! Oh, it's like the joke about the doctor. Doctor, doctor, my arm hurts when I do this. Or my arm hurts when I move my arm this way. The doctor says, and don't move your arm that way. I knew you'd come, White Wolf. You are troubled. Well then, if you have money, I'm ready. Interested? Sure. Aha, then let us listen to what the bones have to say, friend. Wah! It's coming to me. I can see it. Across the windswept plain, a colossal gate stands tall. Raging fire ignites a cannon. A new pathway is opened, ushered in by a thunderous din. I can't tell you any more for now. You'll have to seek out clues yourself. Ha ha ha. Okay. Okay, Madam Fawn. I see you. I know what you're up to, Madam Fawn. Alright, time to get to Taka Pass. Oh, the little boy's dad. He's here as well. Hi there, Wolfie. It's good to see you running about as usual. What is it? Are you looking for my son? I'm afraid he's not here in the forest anymore. He said something about finding his dream and went off traveling. If you see him along your way, be sure to say hello. Okay. This is to Hitoshi Spring. Let's see that map. We need the map. Taka Pass. Okay. Alright, so we need to go that way. I believe. Straight to Suda Ruins, right to Taka Pass. Okay, Taka Pass it is. Wait, right to Taka Pass. Right, that's right. Right? Or is it my other right? Dippity dappity dip. It's coming to me, I can see it. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck be a... Wait. Lady tonight. Taka Pass. Yep. Right place. Luck be a lady. I'm the fella you came in with. Luck be a lady tonight. This is why you don't have Ryoko Piki make your sign. Exactly. See, now I'm all like Tony Bennett and Frank Sinatra. Luck make a gentleman see how nice a dame you can be. Business has been going well since you returned that teacup to me. It was made by a famous potter from Shinshu Field. I've had it ever since I set up shop. I can't do without it now. Oh, isn't that one of the famous Kusa pinwheels? My wife asked me to get her one of those. But I've been too scared to go near the place. I don't suppose you'd be able to give me that one, would you? Yeah, sure, I'll give him a pinwheel. Yes, or other yes. Thanks, Pooch, you saved my life. Now I don't have to worry about my wife giving me a wallop. I hope she doesn't give you a wallop. She should be kind. You should both be kind to each other. Let's do a save point. Yes. Alrighty. Let's dig. Okay. So, let's talk about movies for a moment. And there's a bit of a controversial movie out right now. I think I want to see it. I think I want to see Snow White. I know people have a lot of feelings because they didn't like what a certain actress in that movie said. Kinda don't care. I'm more interested in coming up with my own opinions than getting embroiled in controversy. I think some of the live-action movies that Disney has made of their classic animated movies have been pretty good. Some of them not so great. I think Cinderella was really good. I think Cinderella was the best of the live action remakes, actually. I think it really served the movie well. All right, let's see. Where are we going again? City checkpoint. Okay, I have to cross the bridge. City checkpoint. I think for me, when it comes to the remakes, what it is for me, Mulan wasn't one of the best ones, which is really unfortunate because it was one of the best animated movies. It was not the best of the remakes, though. Cinderella was, I think, absolutely the best, and it's not my favorite of the animated ones. So, wait, what are my brush strokes? Inferno. Place the brush over fire and move it toward the target. Galestorm, Crescent, Water Spout, Vine, Water Lily. Water Lily is, yep. Bloom, Cherry Bomb, Power Slash, Rejuvenation, Sunrise. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 left to go. Okay. And none of those, I think, will open that. I think the reason why I'm interested in seeing the movies, it's not really Disney itself. I'm really interested in fairy tales and folklore. And I think it's interesting to look at different takes on these things. My one problem with Disney is that Disney will do a movie based on a fairy tale or folklore, and then people will think that's the way it should be. In the original Hans Christian Andersen, The Little Mermaid, the mermaid was not named Ariel. The mermaid was just the mermaid. There are things that have gotten put into Disney movies that aren't original to the actual stories. And so sometimes I think people will, when Disney makes some kind of remake, they'll get so focused on that remake that they will think that's what the original story was. And it's not always the case. Who? What? Boy, I sure have been able to sleep good lately. The curse zone is gone and peace has returned to the land. It really had me worried while it was spreading. And look, the sacred flames have returned to the phoenix statues. Now I won't have to worry about monsters sneaking up at night. Anyway, you've heard that rumor, haven't you? Have you heard that rumor? No, tell me. Tell me. You haven't heard the rumor about the huge curse zone? Everyone's up in arms because it happened so close to the big day. By big day, I mean the Kamiki Festival held each year. Plus, it was the 100th festival since that monster was defeated. So everyone's saying that it's the 100-year curse. Of course, I was the first one to start spreading that rumor. Heh. Who had to explain sea foam to a crying kid? Oh my god. Yeah. The Little Mermaid also, the original version, she doesn't marry the prince. The mermaid dies. The prince marries somebody else. And a lot of people think there's some belief that Hans Christian Andersen was actually that he was gay, and when he wrote The Little Mermaid, it was an allegory for the fact that he had to hide who he was from the person who he loved, and the person who he loved ended up marrying somebody else. Very dairy. And Frozen is based on another Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale. And if you know which one it's based on, tell me. I'll give you a chance to answer in chat. I think it's kind of obvious, but, well, not so obvious because they took so many liberties with the original story that it really isn't what it was. Yeah, the Snow Queen. Frozen is based on the Snow Queen, which is another Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale. Very different story originally. I like what Frozen is, but it is definitely very different from the Snow Queen. It's a totally different story. So, I don't mind Disney interpretations. They actually course corrected that. Yes, I've watched Once Upon a Time, the TV series. I never watched the last season, which is funny. I also never watched the last season of Glee. I watched all seasons up to the last season for both shows. But yeah. Yeah, I'm fine with Disney interpretations. I just don't want people to treat Disney interpretations like they're the pinnacle interpretation. Because the reality is, they're not. I did see the season where they did adapt Frozen. It's been a long time, though. But yeah, like, when you think of Beauty and the Beast, for example, which the Disney Beauty and the Beast is one of my most favorite movies ever. I'm just gonna say that. But Beauty and the Beast, they based it on the Charles Perrault version. Charles Perrault. Bad French pronunciation, but yeah. But there was a Grimm version of Beauty and the Beast. And that one was very interesting. I have a book with the Grimm version of Beauty and the Beast as compared to the French version. So the Grimm would be the German version. And the first half of the story matches up pretty well beat for beat with the French version. But after the Beast changes, then the girl has to go out on a quest in order the Beast gets taken away, and she has to go on a quest to find him again and be reunited with him, which I think more parallels the original Beauty and the Beast story, which is the Cupid and Psyche story from Greek and Roman mythology. All right, refresher. Turns out their lineage was the Snow Queen, who's still mad at stuff. So the Snow Queen plotted to put the mirror shard in everybody's eye to make them evil bad stuff. Yep. So yeah, the mirror shards and the Snow Queen is very important. They didn't even really put that in Frozen in the movies originally. Alright, let's go back to the soldier. I could talk about folklore all day, mind you. I could. I absolutely could. That's just me. Alright, he is done talking. So, how do I get across here? Something about a cannon. Which is over there. I know there was a time skip for the final season of Once Upon a Time. Big drawbridge. We can't get into the city until they lower the drawbridge. I wonder if there's something you could do to help. Yeah, I wonder if there's something I could do to help. Oh. Oh, wait a moment. Meh. Meh. I didn't know I could hit these guys and get stuff. Let's see the time warp again. Somebody activated the curse yet again, only this time it infected another town, and it landed everybody around several months after the previous season's timeline on the grounds that the kid playing Henry didn't want to come back, so they had a long way. Had to... Yeah. I remember he was an adult. Or he had grown up. Can I do this? Or... Oh, wait. There we go. That did something. Ha ha! I figured it out. I figured it out. Uh-oh. Wait, maybe that was wrong. Maybe I messed things up. Maybe I did a stupid. What in the world? This is terrible. Nothing like this has ever happened before. My arrow suddenly burst into flames. Oh no! I just remembered I have business to attend to back in the city. Well, seeing how the bridge is back down and all, I'd better get back to my guarding job in the city. Yeah. Oh, hey, it worked! Boom, boom, boom. Oh, crap, it worked. And I'm not just saying that only to disappear on some adventure. He's going on an adventure. Yuichi, the greatest archer, would never dream of such an act. Well, goodbye and good luck. Ooh. Oh, look, there is a peach up there. I destroyed the village. I destroyed the village. I messed everything up. I guess. Whoosh. Wait. Why is it not working? What else do I need to do? Oh, now it will work. Maybe? Yes, no? How do I purify it? How do I fix? I must fix. Can I do this one? Whoosh. No. 'Tis not happening. On the review front, I'm trying to make a comedy review of a bad comedy, and I'm being reminded that there's only so many times you could say that's not funny. True. Their attempt at humor is ill-advised. Please mind the gap. Please remember that the humor described is not for all to enjoy. It is semi-humorous. It is not quite humorous enough. It is damaged humor. It is humor of a damaged sort. It wishes it were proper humor. But alas, it is not. Oh, Jerry Seinfeld's unfrosted. Oh dear, yeah, it's been a while with Jerry Seinfeld. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. I am gonna be right back. Okay. We all owe the B movie an apology. I love that there's a meme that is a condensed version of the B movie. I think that's hilarious. Alright, festival check. Okay, city. Place is real pretty and stuff during sunset. Origin mirror, merchant to the right, use them as needed, feed some nightingales. Drawbridge is raised. Open a chest. I think I go to all that stuff. Waters River. 4 piglets. Single clover. Okay. You know what? I think I need to go down that side area just to make sure I got everything. So, I am going to turn around, cross that bridge, crisscross, crissy cross, and go to that little spot down at the bottom that we visited in a previous playthrough just to make sure I got everything. Because that is down here. Pop. Okay. Okay, got all that stuff over here. Boop. Look, there's a little statue here. It looks kind of sad all alone in this remote place. Yes, it does. It does. Okay. Let's go down, down, down to Goblin Town. Unfrosted. Oh! Yes, I've heard of Unfrosted. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've heard of the Unfrosted movie about Pop-Tarts. And to let you know how half the jokes are going to go, and if you don't know it, Panda knows about Ford to tell you why the gag is unfunny. The boss of Edsel Kellogg. yeah. Okay, I did take care of these little guys. Jumpy jump jump. Jumpy jump jump. Okay, I got all that stuff. Okay. Yes, and I did get the... I guess some just flames. Open the chest. Ah, cave behind the waterfall. Whoosh! I just felt like doing that. Okay. Sometimes you just gotta use your brush strokes. Cave behind the waterfall. Did we go into the cave behind the waterfall? We did not. Whoosh. There we go. Alright, we got that guy. Anything else in here? I do not think so. I think that is it. I see nothing of import. Nope, we're done. Okay. Well, that was not a big deal. Exit the cave, continue advancing south. You almost immediately come across a flaming chest. I think I got all of the chests there. Raccoons. In the midst of raccoons. Yep. River and continue yet further along the river. I'm looking for a buried chest. Anyway, backed up to the drawbridge. Okay, I got everything. I got everything. Alright. Seize the plant. I'm looking over. I'm looking over a 4-leaf clover. Alright. I need to use that flower. The Konohana flower. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Boop. Boop. Okay. Yes, I am simply that weird sometimes. It's okay. We all get used to it. Okay. So, wait a moment. Let me back up. Aha. Alright. What? Oh, wait. Uh-oh. Okay. This is gonna be one of those situations. One of those situations. Weird's good. It's normal that's overrated. I agree. Let's all be weird together. Let us bask in the joyful weirdness of life. I think I did mention my friend. She met her husband at a Buddhist convention, and the first thing he thought when he saw her was like, this girl is weird. I like her. No! Me no like this. Doop 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 doop. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And jump! Jump! There we go. Yeah. You know you found your right person when they say, this person is weird. I like them. I mean, there are always people who are weird in a not so good way, but, you know, we should all just be our weird, wacky selves. Because how is life even remotely worth living if you can't just be your weird, wacky self? Okay, let's try again. Okay. Let's see. Mouse pad. Cooperate. No. Yeah. Up in Kim Possible's romance it started with, you're weird, but I like ya. Ah! I didn't draw a straight enough line. My bad. My bad. Come on, let's go, Amy. You can do it. You can make it. Oh, come on now. Okay, we've got an ad starting in a few minutes. Ugh. Why did I not draw the line straight enough? Did I not draw the line straight enough? Sometimes lines are just crooked. Sorry, Amy. We'll get through this. Wait, that one worked? But this one, that's not gonna work because I accidentally... Yeah, I get it, I get it. Oh, this game. You know, I should probably save it. Because I forgot to... Yeah, gotta love it when a game's that picky. I don't think I did a save. But here, let's... I will get it. It'll happen. It's just... Yeah, see? Not straight enough, apparently. Really now. I'm the swimming doggo. The line is too gay. You know what? I was gonna make that joke. I was gonna make that joke. I am glad somebody else made that joke. The line was too gay. I didn't like the line. Well, shame on them. Because we like the gay lines. Oh my gosh! I got to that one before! Okay, I'm gonna keep trying through the ad break because honestly, this is not that... One, it's not that exciting. And two, who knows if I'll actually get through before the ad break ends. I don't know. I don't know, people. I don't know. Here, let me look up for a second. So there's one, there's two. There's going to be another one over there. I think it said there's 4. Okay. There. Okay. No. Oh. We did it. Okay. Oh, wait. No? Yes? Oh! I got to a thing. There's a thing here. Whoa. No. Ooh, dragon statue. One of the 13 zodiac treasures. It boasts a regal appearance. Took me 500 tries! No! Yeah. Okay. You know what? We can just jump into the water. It'll be okay. We will just jump into the water. And we will come back here. And we will get out of the water. Ha! Okay, let's see. Let's see. Alright, so I did the Konohana. No, it said there were more blossoms? Oh, come on now. There's more? What? You know what? I'm just gonna keep going. I am so over these blossoms right now. I'm giving the blossoms Captain Janeway's side-eye smirk. Because I can. Captain Janeway's side-eye smirk. Okay, I am supposed to... Hang on, let's try again. No. Let's try to get that. Yeah, I'm gonna try to figure out what they're even talking about. What? Oh my god, I give up. 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 Blah, 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 blah. Shmoo. Urge to kill. Rising. Captain Janeway's side-eye smirk. I mean, at least it isn't Wesley Crusher. Gee golly. Alright. Alright, I'm supposed to revive these. With my revivableness. Okay. Floop. And then, ooh. Why is they not reviving? They should be reviving. Did I not do something? There it goes. Why did it not work the first time? I mean, you give him the smirk. If she does that, she ain't happy. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. No, I wasn't asking for wind. I was asking for this baby. There we go. What? This game? At least it got some praise. Ooh. Ooh, we fixed everything. Look at that pretty. Oh, there's a horse. Let's go feed the horses. Wait, there's a horse. Somewhere, there's a horse. My kingdom for a horse. Horses would like seeds, herbs, meat. No, they won't. No, they're herbs. Yep. Yay, horsey! When we used to ask a human nephew who his favorite captain was on Star Trek, he always said Captain Janeway. I don't know if he feels the same now. I mean, definitely I'm more of a Cisco person, but I don't know. I think Janeway has her value. I think all the captains have something interesting to offer, really. Even if it's just a cute little beagle that likes cheese. Alright. Let's keep making things pretty. Let's purtify. It's a purtified place. Yep. I did a bad job on that circle. Perfect circle. There we go. That was almost as perfect. Mike Nelson. I'm Team Mike Nelson. Okay, where's that other one? Where's the other spot? It's not here. But I'm gonna do that anyway. See, this isn't the spot. It is over here somewhere. There it is. There it is. There's a spot. Whoosh. Okay, that worked. Wow, that was a terrible circle. How did it let me get away with such a terrible circle? I am so confused. That was really not a good circle. Ooh. Another terrible circle. I heard some birds. I think we've got some bird friends to feed. Bird friends. Little bird. There we go. Let's feed some seeds. Little bird. Come feed the little birds, show them you care, and they'll be glad if you do. The young ones are hungry, their nests are so bare, all it takes is tuppence from you. Talking about Disney here. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. Okay, we've got some happy birds. Now I believe we can continue on. We may continue on our journey. Through despair into hope. We shall continue ever onwards. Hey, the big city. You'll probably find the pace of city life pretty shocking, Amy. Considering how you are stuck out in the boonies for 100 years. As for me, I can't wait to check out all the cute babes. Heh. Isun, got a one-track mind. Ooh. Did I drop something? Ryoshi? I did drop something. Hey! What the heck's going on? Oroshi's stupid curse zone spread all the way here? I mean, this is even past the city checkpoint. And besides, we already did away with that sneaky serpent. I can't believe the curse zone hasn't gone away here. It must have been one strong curse for this wasteland to survive, even after its maker croaked. Still, I wonder. Damn trade winds, yeah, absolutely. Okay, you know what? I'm actually pretty tired, so I'm gonna save here. I do wish to overwrite this data. We're going to be in the Ryoshima coast. We will start with that next time. Alright, so let's find somebody to raid, because I can tell my throat's getting a little dry. And I am a little sleepy. I'm a lot sleepy. Who am I kidding? Okay. So yeah, moral of today. You're welcome. Moral of today, take good care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. Don't judge yourself too harshly, because you know what? Life is too freaking short. You know? Like, we should really just be kinder to each other and ourselves. And, you know, not, you know... And it's okay to mess up and make mistakes. Like, I even think about, you know, people who I've felt wrong by. You know, I still kind of feel like, you know, people make choices, and the choices aren't always going to be great. But, you know, we should still respect each other enough to be like, I'm just gonna chillax. I'm not going to, you know, take things further than they have to be. Alright, we have Queen Caligo playing Baldur's Gate 3. We have Austin doing Fortnite. We have Circe doing Slay the Princess. Cast Iron Cat doing Repo. Giant Tabby doing Guilty Gear. Let's see. Oh, Kaden is doing Pokemon Platinum. I don't know if you guys know who Kaden is. She used to be in Rooster Teeth. She's a voice actor, and she's pretty cool. Maybe we'll go say hi to Kaden. I don't know. Do you think that sounds good? Because Kaden's playing Pokemon Platinum. I think Pokemon's a pretty good way to end the night. So yeah, let's go raid Kaden. I've never raided Kaden before. At least I don't think I have. I might have once. But Kaden's pretty cool. I like her. Alright, so let's have a great night. Please remember, tomorrow we are going to be on Panda's channel with Monkey Island. The Secret of Monkey Island. One of my favorite games ever. It is very important. It is I feel like when it comes to PC gaming history, The Secret of Monkey Island was one of the games that really made not just storytelling important to games, but creative game design. creative use of things like the insult sword fighting, where, you know, it's not just about, you know, PFP fighting. It's about doing PFP in a creative way. Or PFP. I don't know. Whatever the initials are. Anyway, to you know, taking a game and having so many different elements and really making it about building a cool story. I think those old Lucasfilm games did an amazing job at that. PFP is profile picture. You know what I mean. You know, when the player is fighting against another. I am tired. Okay. Let's go say hi to Kaden. Kaden is wonderful. Let's be very kind to Kaden. And have a wonderful night. Please come tomorrow to Panda's stream for The Secret of Monkey Island. I'm super excited. And have a beautiful night. Take care. Bye. Let me wait. Oh, hang on. Raid. Kaden. K-D-I-N. Okay. All right. Good night.